einsam bin. Und vergiss bitte nicht, dass ich auf sie warte. Denn sie allein bringt in mein Leben sowas wie einen Sinn. Und schau ich nach oben, so ganz weit nach oben, wo die Liebe so grenzenlos ist. Ich verliere dich auf ja.
Let the KK Factor Euro Greek Big Show light your weeknight. You're live with Roula Krikellis, aka Roula KK. Now let's together get into the groove. Opa!
Κάψα το χθες, νύχτες μου παλιές, τρίψαλα οι αναμνήσεις έγιναν κι αυτές, λύπες και φωνές.
Und vergiss bitte nicht, ihr noch zu sagen.
Tuesday, the 3rd of February. That was a little bit of a late start coming from me, guys. I am so sorry. I am now live. Bit of a complication there, but we're back. I'm back. And it's been a really long weekend and lack of sleep. So that's my excuse for today. And the weekend wrapped up after the 38th Antipodes Festival. More on that later in the show. We're going to talk to multiple people. You were just listening to Wolfie, who brings us that upbeat German show every Tuesday before the Greek show. Live from RPPFM, your Peninsula Community Radio Station. Καλημέρα Ελλάδα. Έρχομαι ζωντανά από την όμορφη Χρυσόνησος της Βικτόριας. Κοινοτικός ραδιοφωνικός σταθμός RPPFM 98.7, 98.3 on the FM dial. Good evening, Australia and the rest of the world. You're tuned to the KK Factor, the Greek Eurobeat show, broadcasting with RPPFM and live on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, an official radio broadcast in collaboration with RPPFM. Welcome everyone to the KK Factor, the Greek Eurobeat show with the multilingual twist. And tonight we're going to have a little bit of a blues twist. You're live with Roula Krikellis, aka Roula KK, till 9:30 p.m. Είμαστε και πάλι μαζί. Καλησπέρα Αυστραλία και στον υπόλοιπο κόσμο. Σήμερα το απόγευμα χτυπάμε στους ρυθμούς των ελληνικών και ευρωπαϊκών των νησιών. Και έχουμε προσκαλέσει a blues singer-songwriter, την δυσμηνής Καλλιόπη Σταυρόπουλος. Καλλιόπη and the Blues Messengers. Καλώς ήρθατε στο The KK Factor, η ελληνική ραδιοφωνική εκπομπή Eurobeat με πολυγλωσσική ανατροπή. Είστε και πάλι μαζί με τη Roula Krikellis. Γεια σου Κωστάκη μου, γεια σου Alex. What a weekend it has been, guys. Okay, let's kickstart the show with, of course, you know, our favorite song, Opa. And you know, guys, what you need to do is share the live streams.
Έκαψα το χθες, νύχτες μου παλιές. Τρίψαλα οι αναμνήσεις έγιναν κι αυτές. Λύπες και φωνές, άδικες ευχές. Κι άφησα σε μια γωνία ανοιχτές πληγές. Έκαψα το χθες, νύχτες μου παλιές. Όνειρα και εφιάλτες ρίχνω στις φωτιές. Δάκρυα καυτά, ψέματα πολλά. Μοιάζουν σαν φούβη ταινία που δεν βλέπω πια. Βάζω μια φωτιά σ' όλα τα παλιά. Όλα αυτά τα αλλάξω και θα το φωνάξω. Περασμένα, ξεχασμένα κι όλα την αρχή ξανά. Βάζω μια φωτιά σ' όλα τα παλιά. Όλα αυτά τα αλλάξω και θα το φωνάξω. Περασμένα, ξεχασμένα κι όλα την αρχή ξανά. Έκαψα το χθες, νύχτες μου παλιές. Και από το μηδέν αρχίζω όσο κι αν δεν θες. Δάκρυα καυτά, ψέματα πολλά. Πλήρωσα όσα χρωστούσα και τα δανεικά. Βάζω μια φωτιά σ' όλα τα παλιά. Όλα αυτά τα αλλάξω και θα το φωνάξω. Περασμένα, ξεχασμένα κι όλα την αρχή ξανά. Everybody say! Βάζω μια φωτιά σ' όλα τα παλιά. Όλα αυτά τα αλλάξω και θα το φωνάξω. Περασμένα, ξεχασμένα κι όλα την αρχή ξανά. Βάζω μια φωτιά σ' όλα τα παλιά. Όλα αυτά τα αλλάξω και θα το φωνάξω. Περασμένα, ξεχασμένα κι όλα την αρχή ξανά.
Opa, opa. I have a special song, okay? First of all, we got some hellos. Yes, we have some hellos. Hang on. Yasso to Tony from far away Oakley. I'm joking there, Tony. Just give me one moment because I've got a special announcement and a special song that I would like to sing, and I'd like all of you to join in even though you won't be heard. So let's just put a stop to this. This song goes out to Thea. Thea Letsoudis που γιορτάζει σήμερα. Έχει τα γενέθλιά της. She's got her birthday. This is Alex's mum. So this is the Thea. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Thea. Happy birthday to you. And that's a hip hip hooray from all of us, from the KK Factor, the Greek Eurobeat Show, and RPPFM. Alex, please give your mum a big, huge kiss and a hug from everybody, including myself. And I'm going to promise, I know, I haven't been, but I promise I'm going to come and see her this week. I'm just trying to recover after such a huge weekend. So let's go on and speak a little bit about the station, RPPFM. Signal reaches Mornington, Frankston, Kingston, Melwoodney, Geelong, Western Port and Port Phillip Bays. And yes, you guys know all about it. It broadcasts to over 350,000 listeners weekly. The station's main transmitter is located at one of Victoria's tourist attractions at Arthur's Seat in the Peninsula and broadcasts on 98.7 FM and also on the repeat on 98.3 FM. Check it all out, including all the daily shows on the website rwpfm.com.au. This is the KK Factor. With Roula Krikellis, an official radio broadcast in collaboration with RPPFM. Now, I've got a huge show on tonight, like absolutely show. Everything was done last minute. So while I get our first guest ready to come on live, we're going to listen from Apostoli Kasparidis that was on The Voice this year in Greece. And you know what? I was sitting at Stalactites having a souvlaki when he came on live on the main stage of Antipolis Festival yesterday on Sunday. And as soon as I heard this song, this voice, I just had to get up, and there was our awesome Apostoli. Let's go on to Δεν κάνω πίσω.
Σαν αστέρι ήρθες στη ζωή μου κι από τότε απορώ πόσο ψηλά εμείς θα φτάσουμε στον ίδιο ουρανό, κι απορώ αν είσαι εσύ το μέλλον μου κι αν θα φανεί απ' τις καρδιές μας το μέλλον της ζωής μας. Είμαι εδώ για πάντα, έλα πάρε με, μαζί σου ως το τέλος, σε χρειάζομαι. Θα βάλω φωτιά στα παλιά, να σε κερδίσω. Ό,τι κι αν γίνει στην ζωή δεν κάνω πίσω. Ό,τι κι αν γίνει στην ζωή δεν κάνω πίσω. Σαν αστέρι ήρθες στην ζωή μου, αχ αστέρι τυχερό, μου άλλαξες τη ζωή στα κύματα. Και τώρα είμαι αλλιώς, ξέρω τώρα είσαι εσύ το μέλλον μου, και εγώ που βγει θα είμαι κοντά σου. Σ' όλα τα δύσκολα σου. Είμαι εδώ για πάντα, έλα πάρε με, μαζί σου ως το τέλος, σε χρειάζομαι. Θα βάλω φωτιά στα παλιά, να σε κερδίσω. Ό,τι κι αν γίνει στην ζωή δεν κάνω πίσω. Ό,τι κι αν γίνει στην ζωή δεν κάνω πίσω. Είμαι εδώ για πάντα, έλα πάρε με, μαζί σου ως το τέλος, σε χρειάζομαι. Θα βάλω φωτιά στα παλιά, να σε κερδίσω. Ό,τι κι αν γίνει στην ζωή δεν κάνω πίσω. Ό,τι κι αν γίνει στη ζωή δεν κάνω πίσω.
Okay, let's go on to How the Caged Bird Sings, and then I'm going to get you live in the studio, well, technically live in the studio, Calliope, behind this remarkable blues voice.
showed me how the cage birds sing. Showed me how to give everything. From the break of dawn with a heavy heart, looking through these bars, my world falling apart. The cage birds singing, sweet as honey stinging, chirping freedom deep down within. With feathers bruised, battered dreams torn, these empty rooms where hope feels warm. When Maya showed me how the cage birds sing, I started to give again. Locked in a prison. Now I know how the cage birds sing. Through songs of sorrow, through the pain that life can bring. Locked in a prison where the shadows play, singing to the moon, remembering yesterday.
The KK Factor family, get ready. If you're at the Antipodes Festival on the weekend, get ready because the studio is going to be set on fire tonight. That's the fire that walks into our studios. Joining us live is the unstoppable Kalliopi Stavropoulos, the powerhouse who absolutely lit up the AA holding stage at the 38th Antipodes Festival, and I was so privileged to be the MC at that moment. Described as delivering sizzling guitar with howling vocals, Kalliopi didn't just perform, she ignited raw authenticity, commanding presence, a sound that honoured the roots of the blues while pushing it forward with fearless innovation. Kalliopi and the Blues Messengers stand at the forefront of Australia's contemporary blues movement, grounded in tradition but unmistakably modern in voice, intent and emotional depth. And that she proved it because every song had a story. A Berklee College of Music graduate with a flawless 4.0 GPA and advanced blues guitar, Kalliopi blends technical precision with something far more powerful, truth. Her performances feel like confessions, sermon and celebration all at once. Her award-winning 2024 album, The Devil's Voodoo Curse, charted in the Abarak Top 25 for 12 months. Then came How the Cage Bird Sings, which we'll play later on. Inspired by Maya Angelou, earning international acclaim and award nominations. Most recently, One Woman, One Love, which we will also play tonight, a groove-driven blues anthem that sold out in Melbourne's launch and is now gathering radio traction globally across Europe, UK, and the USA. And we were so honoured to have her at the Antipodes Festival this year. And here's something big. She'll be representing Greece at the 2026 European Blues Challenge in Poland. Greek roots, Australian stage, international reach. This is not just blues. This is survival, joy, reclamation. This is lineage meeting modern fire. Coming up now, Kalliopi Stavropoulos joins us live to talk about her upcoming gig, her Antipodes performance, and what's next in the powerful new chapter. So tune it up. The blues is now in the studio, and I'm going to lift the mic now so we can hear her.
Hi.
Yasu Kalliopi, Yasu.
Roula, that was so beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. Alex just sent one of our listeners here on the social platforms. He said, I saw her on Saturday Live and she was wild and groovy. Alex, you saw her live. You would have seen me as well. I didn't see you, darling. Oh, my goodness. Calliope, I've got to say, I loved all the performances. I love the Antipodes Festival with all its different traditional dances, all the different performers bringing different music and genre to those stages. But I will say it, and it was really funny because when I handed the mic over to my fellow MC friend as well, Theologia, I said, Theologia, you know what? I was born a rock chick, but I was never given the electric guitar, and I've always wanted the electric guitar. My father gave me a guitar, and then he went on to the organ, but I really always wanted, but you never know. Later in life, I might just pick one up.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a beautiful instrument. It's an absolutely expressive, beautiful instrument, And yes, Greeks, we certainly have got the groove and lots of music. It's just part of our culture, isn't it? So yeah, it was a wonderful festival, and what a privilege and an honour it was for us and for me to play there. I was just so proud to be among that and be on that stage. So, and the people were just beautiful. You were just wonderful for us as well. So
Thank you
thank
so
you
much.
so much. No,
Thank you. Calliope, you weren't just playing that instrument. You literally owned the stage. The way you moved, it was like, I was just in awe. Like it was the whole package. And I absolutely loved it.
Well, ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. No, I just love it. I do. I feel it's my purpose to be there. I feel like the stage is a platform of connection, and it brings us all together. It's somewhere where we're above all the issues, the daily fusses and so forth, and we can just connect as human beings. And it's a real honor and a privilege to do that with people and to have that. So I love it, and when I see a stage there, I think yes, absolutely, let's dance, and enjoy it. So that's what you would have experienced.
We certainly did do that, and it's a lot of storytelling. Now, I had asked you when you started, and your answer was, which I'm going to give it to my audience right now. As soon as you were able to hold the electric guitar, you held the electric guitar. This was your calling, and you can see the whole package. You also were selling CDs on the day. Can people still purchase your CDs?
Yeah, the CDs we've got a minimal amounts via the website. Usually, most people online are buying digital streams and digital downloads, and so. But the CDs at shows are certainly available in Australia anyway. I'm not sure if we'll have them available overseas. But they are limited, so you can get them if you wanted a CD and you still like that tactile experience.
Yeah.
You certainly can get them from the website, calliope.com.au.
Now, I want to touch on your storytelling because every piece of music that you started to play, you also verbally told us a story. Is this part of your whole branding?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, certainly. It's I like to connect with people, not just sort of play to them, but play with them and share a journey. And it very much is. It starts off in the Delta in the early 1900s, which is really what inspired me, like from my yaya's period and so forth. And then musically and historically, we travel from the Delta through Chicago, and then we align as well the Greek rembetika influences and the correlations between the two streams. And in that too, I try and blend my experiences, my parents' experiences, relocating after the war from Greece to Australia, and then also our experiences being, Greeks in a foreign country and so forth. And now, full circle going back home, I think all of this is relevant, and that's what I try to write about. And also, if I'm not writing a song and I'm playing a song from my mentors like Memphis Minnie or Coco Taylor Number, it's related, and they're also it's paying homage to them as well.
Play us a little number.
Well,
you definitely cannot put that guitar down.
I can't. No, this is a beautiful guitar. Well, I'll play you a little bit of. I just dropped a phone. That's okay. I'll play you a little bit of Stepping In From the Outside. This is an original song about having gone to America to discover and the industry. And of course, I got a decent break, a recording and a touring contract there. And then it kind of soured up. The business component sounded up. It was like, what they say about the business in music. It's not at all like the art and the craft, but this was about coming back to Australia after such a successful tour in LA and in Hollywood and California and so forth, and then needed to pick up again in Australia. So stepping in from the outside, it was kind of like coming back home, but seemingly looking from the outside into my own backyard. And this is a little bit of that for you. It's New Year's Eve and the rain's coming down. I walk in the street with my head to the ground. Stepping in from the outside, stepping in from the outside, looking for new home, my hometown. Knocking down doors, steaming and some clouds. Stepping in from the outside, stepping in from the outside. I look and I see something's picking at me, yeah, yeah. From the outside, they took without measure and left us to bleed with hate. From the outside, I look and I see something's picking at me, yeah. From the outside, they took without measure and left us to bleed with hate. From the outside, from the outside.
Calliope, tell me the Calliope and the Blues Messengers. I can get you to continue to play, but I know I've got your time is limited because you're going off very soon. Well, yeah, that's right, tonight. So I need to hear from you as well, although I do love your guitar.
Thank you.
How long have you had the Calliope and the Blues Messengers as a group? How long have you guys been working together?
The Blues Messengers formed in early 22. After, actually, I played bass guitar for Marios Papadeas. He's a Satiric Greek.
And you know, μπορεί να μιλήσει και ελληνικά, σπαστά όπως θα έκανες στο stage. I love that.
We can do that. We can do, yeah. And when I played sort of the Rubetica, the Roulakk, all the old early 1900 stuff with him, and then after that, I was really drawn to the blues in a big way. So that's when I joined the Women in Blues program with the Melbourne Blues Appreciation Society, and that, straight after that, they invited me to we got jamming and a band came around me and so forth. And then I was invited to do the Glen Maggie Blues Festival. And that's when the Blues Messengers were formed. And it's been sort of evolving and settling now into a fairly stable, strong lineup here in Australia. We've released 2 albums, and we're about to do 2 singles, new singles from the 3rd album that's going to come out later this year as well, after I'm back from the European tour that I'm about to go.
Which is in Poland, is that right?
Going to Poland. I'm starting off in Greece, doing Athens, Thessaloniki, looking at then going to Sofia in Bulgaria, and then hopefully Budapest and Prague before on the way to Poland, and then from there we'll see what happens.
Amazing. So you're heading off to Poland for the European Blues Challenge.
Correct.
How did you get involved with that?
Well, that was interesting. That was like it was really fate. It was like I went to Nisidos, which is where my mother's from and where I'm from. And I went there basically didn't know that Greek even had a Western blues scene, just to put down my stuff and then go and find the blues in Belgium, you know. And as I'm there, I'm in the coffee shop in the morning one morning with Enrico, and he goes, "What have you been doing?" And I played him some videos of what I'd been doing in Australia. And this man and this woman tapped me on the shoulder. "Τι είναι αυτό που παίζεις, man? He said, because I'm just, what you like with the cafe, I'm just morning coffee clothes,
Yeah, you're not going to be wearing what you wear on stage.
Exactly. And he goes, after that. Anyway, worked out they were huge blues promoters, and they introduced me. Unbelievable! Like, this is a real recluse island in the middle of. People go to escape the rat race, and that's what they do as well. It was just fate that brought us together, and they just introduced me to Blues Wire. Then they invited me to Thessaloniki to do a guest show with them, and then before I knew, I was working with Blues Cargo, do a guest show with the bass player from there was playing drum and blues diffuse. It just expanded from there. I was only there for like 3 months, but I just the networking, it just rolled from there. And so then some musicians got together. The mayor of the island loves the blues. I didn't know. He's been brought up in the States, an expat as well. So we organised a festival and invited all these musicians along from all over Greece to come and play. And there was a bass woman, a guy from Germany, another guitarist, and a drummer, and various other musicians from various islands and Athens and Kos and so forth that were involved and wanted to be a part of the festival. And then it resulted in myself and Zoe, the bass player from Athens, and Dylan Kent, drummer from France, and Melbourne actually, who came to be a part of the festival, and we just connected, and there was a bit of a duel with myself and another guitarist singer from Germany who would be to join Zoe, and it worked out that I was the lucky one, let's say. So it's just wonderful.
Συγχαρητήρια. The music blues in Greece, does that fall under endicto? Did I say that correctly?
Δεν κατάλαβα. I don't understand what.
Is there a Greek name, a terminology for blues music?
Well, εμείς έχουμε ρεμπέτικα, which is our blues, which is our, the Greek blues.
Ναι, καλά λες.
Το δικά μας είναι ρεμπέτικα. And here we go. I just got a message from the European Blues Union now as we speak. They want to know when we're landing in Poland anyway. It's timing's fantastic, isn't it?
So exciting.
Yeah. So I think they call it just blues. When it's blues. It's
blues.
African American, like South American blues, Delta kind of originating blues. If it's rebetika, it's our Greek sort of Asia Minor, Smignaker, sort of like folk roots kind of music. Yeah.
I'm going to now. You're doing a live gig on Friday. I am going to put the information, the post up on the KK Factor. So to all our listeners, all on the KK Factor, I will put all the details. I will have it on my LinkedIn account under Roula Krikellis and Instagram, KK Rock Chick. $25 to watch Calliope live. Is the band going to be with you too? Did I say that?
I'll explain that one because that's it's the International Women's Day Blues Festival. It's a women's blues festival, so it's a whole bunch of women blues acts, and so there's myself, Calliope and the Blues Messages. There's also Anthea Sideropoulos. She'll be doing a show as well. There's also Coldplay from Cold Snap from Sonia Valenti, women's.
Oh, you know what? Just having you and Anthea, I'm going to come.
Now, and Nadia as well. She's like just really kicking, and so many others as well. Debbie Candlish from North Queensland, and Stella Anning. There's about 5 bands, women. And
now you're talking about Nadia Grant?
No, Nadia. The band name is Nadia.
Nadia, the band. Okay, yep.
But it's $35 pre-sale, a single ticket. If you buy a group of 5, it works out
25.
Okay. If you buy a group of 10, it works out to 25 each.
Okay.
But and if you get it at the door, it's 45. So we want.
Better to put it online, guys.
Yeah, grab it online because then you can get, if you get a few of you going, you can get it as cheap as 25 if you get a group of 10. We've sold a couple of group of 10s and it's really been perking up the last few days as well. So it's going to be amazing.
That's fantastic. Yes, because when you were playing, Anthea was there. I got her on the stage.
She was very excited.
She was very excited. We were very, very excited. And it really did bring something different to the Antipodes Festival. Is this the first time that you've The first
Yeah, and
time.
it definitely won't be the last. I didn't know what to expect, but the people, just the reception was beautiful. I
Yeah.
just really, really am so grateful for it. And I felt so proud to be like, I'm Greek, double, both parents, it's in my blood as like you, and to be there and celebrate our culture and do our thing, not be
I love
forced
it.
to say, oh, you got to do it the Greek way. It's very open-minded and very inclusive, isn't it?
It
So
is.
it
It
was
is. Well,
wonderful.
I was listening to your song, Why You Play the Blues, on the way to the studio today, and I listened to every single word. Although I listen to you when you're playing, but your mind is everywhere. You've got to look at what's going on, and I heard Lonsdale Street, and I heard about the parents migrating, and
Yeah.
I thought, wow, wow, yes, I'm going to be playing that as well.
Yeah, well, that was a rewrite of BB King's song, like why he plays. I can't certainly play. I'm not black, I'm not, I can't talk
You
about
have your own
story.
style. You have your own style. You've got your own voice.
And we've got our
Very,
stories, like,
that's right.
we've got our parents that came and it's not minimizing at all, but it's more authentic, isn't it, to talk about our truths, and stuff. But I'm glad you appreciate, absolutely, walking, there's certainly some references to Lonsdale Street and Melbourne and our Greek culture in that song. Absolutely.
I did hear all that. Now, your parents, when you picked up the electric guitar, how were they with the electric guitar? Were they more open-minded, or it's like, okay, an
My parents
electric
were very
guitar?
And then my parents were very liberal. My mum gave me the first little ukulele when I was just a toddler, and then
Yeah.
my dad bought me a guitar when I was about 7, a 3/4 size. Then he bought me another one. But when I was in primary school, we were watching all these acts, Slade and Kiss and Sweet and Status Quo and all these rock and roll acts, Lou Reed and Jerry Lewis, Lee Lewis and Jerry Lewis as well, but and playing electric guitars and so forth. And my parents weren't at all. They were really supportive. They're very liberal, really left of centre type of thinking, outside the box and so forth. My father comes from Patra, and my mum's from Nissus. My father has a sort of very social, political sort of background, and also, I guess family links as well. So, so they're very liberal. They're very encouraging. And to my surprise, I didn't realise how free my parents were with me until I kind of met with my friends, and my friends were everything was so strict for them,
Correct, yes.
in comparison. But no, my parents were
Wow.
very liberal. I mean, yeah, if you look at my first residency, I mean, I when I was 17, I was living with, went to stay with my uncle in Athens, Christos Patrinos, for a year with the boite scene. I was with him. He was a dancer and an actor, so I was with him every night until 5 a.m. Then I'd go to the private school during the day, do an arts course, and I've got straight A's because I just, when you love doing it. Και έτσι είμαστε Έλληνες όταν
Έτσι είμαστε, έχουμε πάθος. Now, I know you're excited, but I know I have to be mindful for you because I know you have to go. We already spoke about that, and I don't want you to get sidetracked. So, because I know you're running out of time, literally running out of time,
Ναι.
can you μπορεί να μας παίξεις ένα ακόμα κομμάτι?
Θα σου παίξω λίγο από
And then we'll finish off with that για να φύγεις, για να μην αργήσεις for the other stations.
Ναι, θα παίξεις You Play One Woman, One Love after that's our current single. Fantastic. Well, I'll play you a little bit of Come to Me. Too many times you've been on your own. So much for love you can never hold. Long for the night when you're not alone. Long for a love you can call your home. You were young, I heard you pray for someone to come. You come to me. short.
Calliope, ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Thank you so much. We wish you huge success in Poland.
Thank you. Thank you.
No matter how far you get, you will still make us very, very proud. And I'm going to do whatever I can so I can watch you live and Anthea on Friday.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Let us know if we can. Thank you so much for your support, Roula. I really appreciate it. I've loved meeting you, and I feel this is the beginning of a great friendship in the future.
It will be a great friendship, and we will organise one day to have you live in the studio with the whole band.
Absolutely. Έγινε.
Φιλάκια. Thank you so much.
Ευχαριστώ. Γεια σου για τώρα.
Wasn't she absolutely sensational? Absolutely sensational. I have got a video clip of her on the KK Factor. I will be putting some more videos up later on tonight and some further things about Antipodes throughout the week, as it was a really big week. Let's go on to a quick break to hear from our sponsors. And when we come back, we're going to hear One Woman, One Love by Calliope Stavropoulos.
Have you ever wanted to tell hundreds of thousands of people something? Did you know that everyone listens to 15 hours of local radio a week? Want to be heard? RPPFM, your natural sales partner. Call 5975 1234.
RPP, the voice of the peninsula, 98.7 and 98.3 FM.
What you promised me. Well, you fill up my count, help me live to be free. Whoa, is all that you crave. Whoa, my love is all that you crave. But this heart of mine, darling, is such a troubled slave. With you all night long. Whoa, love, with you all night long. But the blues got my tongue strangling this song. Only remedy. Whoa, is the only remedy. Well, you fill up my cup, quench my head away.
We're going to continue with one of her numbers, why I'm singing the blues. Now you'll know why.
Everybody wanna know why I'm singing the blues. Everybody wanna know why I'm singing the blues. Well, I've been around a long time. I really paid my dues. When I first got the blues, my mama came here by ship. Men were standing over her, women trading lots of lipstick. Wanna know why I'm singing the blues? Well, I've been around, I paid my dues. My papa came here too, he was on that very same ship from Europe. Worked up north in the railway lines, and yeah, speaking of bed bugs and roaches, feeding rats, you know. Wanna know why I'm singing the blues? Well, I got a story and I got some news to share with you. Because their children were gonna grow up to be a white man's tool. Yeah, because where I went to school, assimilation road. You wanna know why I'm singing the blues? I've been around, you know, I paid my dues. You got something to say about that, Amanda? What do you think about it? Now, the company that told me, Calliope, there's no room for you here. Cause in our world, we don't have enough fear. You gotta do what you're told. And you're living in here. Oh man, I went around strutting my stuff, yeah, cause I had some news to share. I wanted to blow it everywhere, everywhere. Wanna know why I'm singing the blues? I've been around, you know, I've paid my dues. Jonathan, what do you got to say about that now? Told me there's no room for you here. Well, you're living in fear. Everybody I know, everybody around me, everybody's got the blues, yeah. I walk these city streets, baby, on my bare feet. Had my share of catfish and Slovakia up down Gertrude Street and Lonsdale Street. You wanna know why I'm singing the blues? Well, years and years and years I look in the mirror every morning.
Sorry about this, guys. I'll fix this all up for you. I'm just getting our next guest ready and I pressed the wrong button.
stay. Wanna know why I'm singing the blues? Well, I've been around, I paid my dues. My papa came here too. He was on that very same ship from Europe. Worked up north in the railway lines, and yeah, speaking of bed bugs and roaches feeding rats, you know. Wanna know why I'm singing the blues? Well, I got a story and I got some news to share with you. Because their children were gonna grow up to be a white man's tool. Yeah, because where I went to school, assimilation. You wanna know why I'm singing the blues? I've been around, you know, I paid my dues. You got something to say about that, Amanda? What do you think about it? Told me, Calliope, there's no room for you here. Cause in our world, we don't have enough fear. You gotta do what you're told. And then living in here. Oh man, I went around strutting my stuff, yeah, cause I had some news to share. I wanted to blow it everywhere. Everywhere. Wanna know why I'm singing the blues? I've been around, you know, I've paid my dues. Jonathan, what do you got to say about that now?
All right, let's get our next guest on. Hello, yeah, can you hear us?
I can hear you, Roula. Can you hear me?
Perfect. And you know what?
What?
I was supposed to call you by the phone. But
Yes, you
instead,
were.
I sent you a link, and then I realized, and I thought, okay, this is still going to work. It's okay. We can see the T for Theologia. Theologia Vespers, a fellow MC at Antipodes Festival and a very, very good friend. How are you, first of all? Have you recovered from such a big
I'm
week?
getting there. I think it'll take about a week. It's a huge 2 days.
Isn't
It's so amazing. It takes us a while. Have you recovered?
Not quite. I completely stuffed up at the start of the show, and I couldn't work out why you couldn't hear the sponsor ads in. And I was going to our backup music, and then I realized, well, it would help if you put the volume up for the ad.
Okay.
And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? But, you know, we got literally, 4 hours sleep on Saturday night?
If that.
If that. Look, I could have got maybe a couple more, but, you know, and I really would like to say this to the audience and warn people. So when you go into the city or anywhere you go and you park your car in a secured car spot, you know, like Wilson's, those sort of things, make sure that you know they're either going to close the gate, the boom gates, or the actual shutters at midnight, because not all of them are 24 hours. They used to be.
Tell me that's where you parked.
That's where my partner parked. So he came back in the afternoon to be with me for the last few hours. And I said to him after, you know, everything was done and dusted, I said, I haven't eaten all day. And I really just want something light. Let's just go to China Bar and have some soup around the corner. And he goes, all right, done. And I said, where did you park the car? Thinking, you know.
Oh, no.
And he said, on Latrobe Street. I go, okay. And I go, on Latrobe? Yeah, on Latrobe, okay. Anyway, just before midnight, I go, George, are you sure you didn't park the car anywhere? Because, you know, some of these car places actually shut shop at midnight. So we started walking to Latrobe and, yeah, exactly what I thought. And those shutters were down. Now, there was somebody in there trying to get his car out. So he must have gone in here just before midnight, I'm guessing. But midnight, the shutters go down. He's come to try and get out. He ain't going anywhere. So,
wow.
yeah. $128 later, we had to catch a cab home.
Oh,
So, yeah,
no.
we did get home a bit later because we're sort of trying to work out, can we get in here? How can we get, who can we call? Anyway,
Oh,
it wasn't just that. There was another 4 people in the same predicament as us.
well, είχατε και παρέα. That's okay. It's an experience.
Exactly. Telogiamo.
Ναι.
This weekend, you were at AA Holdings, you were at also Love Lonsdale, and you were on the main stage.
The Bank of Sydney stage, yes.
Yes, the Bank of Sydney.
Yeah.
And AA Holdings, which is by the Andronopoulos family. It's through
That's right.
AA Holdings.
Mhm.
Telogiamo, what's some of the highlights for you?
That's where I saw you. So I have to say AA Holdings, I got there, and Galiopi, who I was just listening to, absolutely amazing. I've walked up towards the stage. There's this huge crowd, and here's Roula jiving at the side of the stage. She's rocking it up. And then I look up and here's this amazing artist, and I was blown away. And I could see just how much you were enjoying it as well. And I think for me, that was watching you enjoy it so much and watching the crowd, the way they were just taking it all in, was beautiful. It was truly beautiful there at the AA Holdings. I always know that AA Holdings with Jason, we're really going to have a party. We're
We
really going to
always
have a
do.
huge party.
With Antonia's son, he's so good. Like, I remember last year I was a little bit nervous, and he'd come to your ear and say, just say this, just say that. He prompts you, and he's such
No,
a
he's
young
great.
person, but
Yeah.
the confidence and the professionalism and it's great to work him as a stage manager at the AA Holdings.
Oh, of course, Napume. He learns from the best. He's got his mother as well there. Antonia is such a beautiful soul.
And a
And
very hard worker.
And that's what I was going to say. She works so hard, but so does everyone. Like all the volunteers, just watching everyone come together for the Adipolis Festival. It's always every year you come in and you know it's going to be a great show. You know that it's going to be amazing. Excuse
every
me
year
a
I
moment. We're hearing noises in the background. I love my family. No one realizes that
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
They're part of this. You can
That's
answer
right.
it.
Oh, that was my daughter. No, that was my
Oh,
daughter just walking in from her soccer training. So
Oh,
they
bravo.
just walk in and make
Bless.
noise. 13-year-olds.
That's okay. So, Guillermo,
Anyway.
this year, look, every year they tell us it's going to be bigger and better, but this
Yep.
year was massive.
Oh,
like
wow.
800 performers.
800 performers and a sea of people. Like I stood on the AA Holdings and you look across to where the Love Lonsdale stage was, and all you could see was a sea of people.
That's right.
There were so many performers of all ages.
All
As
around
always,
Australia.
that's what I loved as well, from all over Australia, and that was truly amazing. It was all over Australia, and it was actually people that were they were coming in, and we know that like I always say every year, ότι, όταν έχουμε αντίποδες festival και μετά από 38 χρόνια, my main thing is, I always say ότι η καρδιά της Μελβούρνης χτυπάει ελληνικά για 2 μέρες του χρόνου. Like it is, it's truly the beat of the heart of Melbourne is truly beating Greek.
And
now,
it does bring in people. It brings all cultures in. And they just love it. They stay there in front of these stages and just enjoy everything that we bring out to them.
They do, and it's, you know what, we Greekify not only Melbourne but interstaters as well for 2 days. So I want to say congratulations to everyone involved. Another highlight for me, a little 5-year-old singer on the AA Holdings stage. How amazing was that?
I know, 5 years of age. I mean, it's not just adults. There's seniors, intermediates, but there's also young kids. And I believe that he was from the K Studio School. So
yeah, she was. Her name was Pelagia from K Studios.
I missed her because I was going at that time to.
They were singing Milo Mukokino. A 5 and a 6-year-old. I melted. I think I was left in a little puddle on the side of the AA Holding stage.
Wow.
Another highlight, I think when I first got there, I went to the Bank of Sydney stage, and Iulia Karabataki was actually, that's the main
Sound
stage.
check.
And yeah, she was still doing a sound check. And I stopped her because I watched the audience, the chairs were full, because it was a beautiful sound check, like do Eucharistifika.
Wasn't it? Yes. And it's an exclusive time because no one really knows what time and if our artists are going to come out and do a sound check.
True.
But she was out there. Her band from Greece was out there, and she really gave them something, to entice. Because not many, and they were very lucky, the ones that came nice and early,
Oh,
because a lot of
100%.
them aren't going to stay all day.
Yes.
It is a
Yep.
big day, so they got that glimpse, and they knew what we were going to get at the end of the night.
Well, I said to her, I go, άμα ευχαριστήθηκα τόσο πολύ το soundcheck, φαντάζομαι το τι θα γίνει και είδαμε τι έγινε on Saturday night.
She was so humble as well. I was very blessed to be on the stage at that moment when she came out to the sound check. I gave me the opportunity to meet her in person.
Yeah.
And she was lovely to talk to, like absolutely lovely.
She had time for people, and that's what I really loved about her. You know what, Anna, whether they were international acts, whether it was interstate acts, whether it was locals, we all came together we put on another great 2 days of a Greek street party, including food. You could buy anything you can imagine. It was truly an amazing experience. And I think another highlight, which I didn't see you on the Sunday because I know you were very busy on the main stage, but I was at the Love Lonsdale stage, and I just want to say special mention because we had Nestoras College, the music students of Nestoras College, and they actually played an amazing tribute to Achillea Yaguli, who we lost last year, who was their teacher. And then Anthea Ianthulamas, she was on stage too. Yannis Okostarakis was there, Byron was there. There was a lot of people. Patty was there.
What a great tribute.
Yeah, they were all on stage, paying tribute. And, as we all said, he might be missing from us, but the love and the passion for the arts that he left behind will live on through his students and through his friends.
His name and the journey will continue through the students, 100%. Exactly. And into the future. You also got Zorba till you drop. So they started on AA Holdings when I was there. So that was the first time they've ever done that. And we were having so much fun. I'm getting on the stage and I'm like, kick higher.
Yeah.
I'm trying to muck them up. And it was really great to see there are a lot more female dancers this year. Yes. A lot of new faces, which was really good. They gave more people an opportunity to see if they can win in the end. And then they went from the AA holding stage all right down Lonsdale Street to the main stage where you were at.
Yes.
Because normally they're always at the main stage. And the winner under 2 hours, I mean, that's a record because normally it takes 2 to 3 hours.
That's right. It was just under. It was, I think, 1 hour and 55 minutes. They got up on our stage and then they started to slowly drop off. But they kept going. I danced one round with them and I was ready to sit down.
Yeah.
And then Nicoletta, congratulations to her. She was the winner.
Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations to Nicoletta. I said, κορίτσι μου, να σου φέρω καρέκλα. And she goes, όχι, δεν θέλω. She goes, θα πάω τώρα σε βάφτιση. And I'm like, you're going to a christening and she's going to continue to dance. And
look, did you ask her about her DNA?
I didn't have, I think she was too out of breath to share much information.
I'll tell you about her DNA.
Tell me about her DNA.
The last couple of years, the winner, that's her cousin. So it's in their DNA.
No way.
Yep.
Well, a big family of dancers. There you go.
Amazing, isn't it? But we were stoked. We were stoked because, it was someone new. It was a female this time because most of the time it's the guys that are, 3 hours and they're still going. But the girls gave them their all this year and, it was really great.
Well, it was fantastic. She was very, very fortunate. I actually thought she may need to sit down and we may need to maybe carry her to the airport to get to Greece with her prize. She won a trip to Greece. The lovely sponsors.
Hopefully she'll take her time right now because at the moment,
you don't want to go now.
We don't want to go now because Yulia Karapataki, who was our lead artist on Saturday night, she's still stuck in Australia. She was supposed
to is Tuni, I think. Tuni is as well.
Yeah, because Tuni was supposed to leave yesterday.
Exactly.
Yesterday, yeah.
But it's very special mention to the runner-up as well, who also got a prize, which is wonderful. Her name was Tina.
Tina. Συγχαρητήρια και στην Νικολέτα και συγχαρητήρια και στη Tina. Συγχαρητήρια στην κοινότητα for putting on such an amazing event. Συγχαρητήρια to the sponsors behind the Zorba Till You Drop because this year's prizes, were massive compared to all the other years. So as the Kinotita is saying, we are getting bigger and better.
That's true, and it shows every single year. And one thing I did read as well, that then George and Bill and a lot of them were saying that it's great because it's multi-generational. You've got the young ones and you've got the older generation, and we're all coming together, and our festival is growing every year. It's not, and it's getting better. And you've got the young people, which is a big part of our festival. Αλλά έρχονται οι νεολαία, έρχονται με τους φίλους τους, το ευχαριστούνται, they'll participate in things. They'll go, they'll buy things, they'll participate in competitions like the Lukumavas eating competition. We had a lot of young people, we had older people participate too.
Yes.
They want to be involved. And that means that our community as a whole, as Greeks in Melbourne, we're in good hands.
We are.
And
Absolutely.
if we can leave that legacy, then we've done something right. But I think, and something our parents that migrated before us and those that had a vision of Adipolis Festival, I don't think they ever envisaged this. Like 2 streets of, just Fiska with so many people enjoying the Greek culture, both Greeks and non-Greeks, harmoniously enjoying such an amazing 2 days in February.
Exactly. On that note, I'm going to let you go and get some rest.
Thank you, darling. Get my voice back too. Μιλάω πολύ. Αλλά ευχαριστώ για την ώρα σου.
Δεν μιλάς πολλά. Absolutely not. And I truly appreciate you coming on last minute, because it was really hard to put this show together, because I was exhausted. And it's like, I've got a show to do. What am I doing today?
I think recapping Antipolis is the best thing you can possibly do.
Exactly. Yeah. And I've got to say a big shout out to another friend of mine, Maria, who I said, what am I doing? She goes, recap Antipodes. I'm like, okay, let me make some phone calls now, So we are got another couple of names coming up soon that we both know. Thank you so much.
Thank you, darling. Thank you for the invite.
You're very welcome. Get ξαναλέμε another time too.
You like your sweetheart. Take care.
You like her. Thank you so much.
Bye.
And that was the awesome Theologia that you see at the Antipodes Festival. She's been, on these stages for so many years, and I have learned so much from her. Obviously, her Greek is a lot better than mine, but she's been doing it for a very long time, and it's always an honor to see all the fellow MCs and the young ones that are coming up and jumping on our stages too. So we're going to go on to a song until I get ready our other special guest. And I'm going to let you know. So coming up next on the KK Factor, the Greek Eurovision show, the song everyone is now talking about, Australia's official Eurovision 2026 entry, the powerhouse, the voice, the moment, Delta Goodrum with Eclipse. Now, normally I do play international artists, but Delta Goodrum is our girl. We have been talking about Eurovision. We have played every week the Tragoudi that's been represented for Greece. And we're going to quickly play Delta Goodrum's new song, Eclipse, which is going to represent Australia in the 70th anniversary stage of the Eurovision Song Contest for 2026. It's big, it's bold, and this is Australia stepping into the spotlight.
Shadows in the moonlight, dancing with the sun. Planets are aligning to love as one, and it won't be long till the morning comes. In a sky full of stars, though our lives were apart, we've only just begun. One touch, one kiss, all my life for a night like this. The world stops for us, only love exists when we get kiss. When we kiss, when we get kiss, when we call it perfect timing, I call it divine. Rather
Wow, wow, wow. That was a Delta. Okay, I'm going to say some hellos while we wait for our next guest to come on. First, I better change what we've got written here and get his name up as well. So, for those that are writing in or listening in and on the live chat, I'm going to say hello to Michelle from Gippsland, and she says she loves this song. She's amazing. She absolutely is. Kostaki is saying vote for Delta. So Kostaki, I guess us from Australia, we're going to vote for Delta. Are we going to vote for Greece? We're in a predicament. Kostaki says she is amazing. And Alex is saying, I'm proud to say that young people continue to keep their heritage. And yes, when we're talking about the taxi, you couldn't ask me for half fare with my special. Oh, Alex, I didn't even think about that. Nasekala. And a big hello to Anna, who's also joined us on the live chat. And who else we've got on the live chat today? Okay, so a big hello to every single one of us. Και θεία, εύχομαι να περνάς τέλεια σήμερα που είναι τα γενέθλιά σου. And okay, so now let's, you know what, I might just go on to, I'll tell you what we're going to do before I get our next special guests on. I'm going to play a song for you guys, and it's the song by Roula Krikellis live. And I want you guys just to imagine her singing, that she sang this song at the Antipodes Festival, okay? So the young artist who captivated audience with her velvety voice, infectious energy, and radiant presence lit up both Melbourne and Sydney. Fresh from performing at the Antipodes Festival and then again on Sunday in Sydney, Roula Krikellis proved exactly why she has become one of the most exciting voices in the Greek music scene in recent years. And this was her very first time in Australia. And unfortunately, she's still stuck in Australia. Her voice, smooth, rich, and effortless. Her songs, breaking records across social media. Her smile, genuine. Her kindness, unmistakable. When Yulia stepped onto the stage, she didn't just perform, she floated, dancing, singing, absorbing the energy of the crowd and giving it back threefold. You could feel it, the connection, the warmth, the joy, and she brought in such a young crowd. Her musical talent and the gift in her voice has made her instantly popular with the audiences everywhere. And this weekend, Australia experienced that magic firsthand. Traveling, performing with her band across Greece and internationally, Roula brought that same vibrant, positively charged spirit to our Greek Australian community, and we embraced her with open arms. A breeze on stage, a powerhouse in presence, and after this weekend, definitely more a name that Australia will not forget anytime soon. So let's go on to the song that brought her name out, The Glendi, To Glendi, and it's by Roula Krikellis, and this is live but in Greece.
Σε μένα σε χορέψω, θέλω απόψε να σε κλέψω. Μάτια μου, εγώ για σένα έχω έρωτα που άλλο δεν αντέχω. Έρωτα που άλλο δεν αντέχω. Αμάν και πως μ' αρέσει να σε κάτω από τη μέση. Να χορεύει πάρεις και εμένα να κορτάρεις. Μάτια μου, εγώ για σένα έχω έρωτα που άλλο δεν αντέχω. Έρωτα που άλλο δεν αντέχω. Φόβο γλένει που είναι τούτο με βιολί και με λαούτο. Παίζει το γλυκό δοξάρι και πονεί το παλικάρι. Μάτια μου, εγώ για σένα έχω έρωτα που άλλο δεν αντέχω. Έρωτα που άλλο δεν αντέχω.
Γεια σου Maria, γεια σου James, γεια σου Melinda, Peter and Nick, Gavos, γεια σου Petro, γεια σου James, hello to George, hello to everyone, to Vasiliki, to Sue.
Εγώ για σένα έχω έρωτα που άλλο δεν αντέχω.
Hello to Carly, hello to June, hello to Panayota and Gigi. Hello to Spiro. Oh, wow. And huge hellos to everyone that's listening in live on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Thank you so much. Our next guest is ready and we're going to talk Antipodes Festival. Now we're going to welcome him onto the show. There he is. Mr. Conlas.
Hey, Roula, how are you?
I'm very good. Oh, my goodness, I spelt your name wrong. I'm just going to fix that. I'm so sorry. That was a typo.
How could you, Roula?
I'm so sorry, darling. I'm going to fix that for you. Don't worry. Okay, now I'm going to introduce you one more time. Mr. Conlas, welcome to the KK Factor, the Greek Eurobeat show on RPP FM με το σκυλάκι σου.
My little boy, Roula.
He's gorgeous. We heard from our fellow MC and friend Theologia, and I wanted to touch base with you as well. So let's talk about, we've got Iulia Karapataki. You announced her on Saturday, and then on Sunday we had Konstantina Tuni, both beautiful artists, both with their groups are still stuck in Australia, unfortunately. I'm not sure if there's been an update, if they've been able to leave as yet.
I read somewhere that unfortunately, as it's affecting a lot of people worldwide,
Yes.
the entire area and Konstantina, have not left as yet. Yeah, have not left as yet overseas, and the airspace in question, the flight paths have all been cancelled. So unless they find an alternative, for everybody who lives in those parts of the world and also people who've got family and friends overseas. Yeah, trying times. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what comes out of it. But look, the festival, as you know yourself, having been myself, always supporting as best we can in our own humble way and best
We
to
do.
the
We all have a
community.
great time. Yeah,
We do.
exactly. And
Our banter is amazing.
we do have a lot of fun. Philo, you just said hello to Con Laz with 3 lovely kisses. Hello, Con, from Alex. Everyone's saying hello to Laz.
Oh,
We all know
bless her.
Laz. Everybody knows Laz. You and I, when we do get on the stage together, we do, as you said, we do some great bantering. We have a lot of fun. There were, in the past, we used to fight who was going to hold the mic the longest. I think we've got to come past from that. Look, for you have introduced basically every artist that comes to Australia. Tell us a little bit about your interaction with Roula Krikellis, who I met in person in Greece. I didn't get a chance to say hello to her here in Australia, unfortunately. But I did go backstage and meet her, and she's just a beautiful human being. Tell us a little bit about Roula's connection with you, and then the beautiful Constantina Antoni.
Look, with Roula, I was obviously up on stage doing my thing, trying to keep the masses, in sync and, in reference to the program that you and I always find challenging because people don't realise what's happening behind the scene. Pleasure and the opportunity to go and see Roula. She was there with her management team and the entourage in question. I found her to be very approachable. She was able to let me know how much she has enjoyed being here in Australia. One thing both is that they wish they had more time, more free time, I guess, once they had finished their obligations to try and see this wonderful country of ours, especially in the cities that they found themselves. She was really down to earth. She was humble. She was approachable. We took a photo together, of course, as we do. And she had herself, back home. And then before you knew it, it was time. I had Dimitri, and a big shout out to Dimitri if he's hearing us on stage. Con, come on, you got to get back up.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
I got back up, and he's always doing such an exceptional job keeping everybody, everybody's there on time, and the program runs according to schedule. Bless his heart. But then I did have a bit more interaction with the band in question. The reason for that is that I had the pleasure of meeting them in person when I hosted South Australia, the Yasu Festival. So that was yes, exactly. So that was
there were people that actually came from Adelaide to Melbourne to see it all happen again. Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? How was Adelaide? Now, I got told her show was phenomenal. That's how I knew that Melbourne was going to be just as good, if not better, because we do it better here in Melbourne, no. So tell us a little bit about Constantina.
Look, Constantina in question, I found out that she's from Yanina. She's a mum. She's a mum of 2 kids who are now being looked after, I believe, by her husband, who is Trifona, who's the clarinet player. So
that's right.
They've been together for a very, very since I believe she was 18. So that's how long they've been together, and they've been enjoying this journey. She was
20,
and she's obviously following her dream now, together with her husband and the band. She did stipulate that she loves doing outdoor venues in front of. She's quite eclectic. with a modern twist. I guess the audience and the people that were present saw she put on a wow factor type of performance on Sunday. The South Australian Festival itself, Sully, who's the organizer, together with his partner in crime, the way they put it together, and this time.
Oh, you cut out there, Con.
It was undercover.
Okay, yeah.
It was at a race course, undercover. So
No,
different
Con,
dynamic, different setup. Must be the internet or something. So the setup was totally different as opposed to what we have in Melbourne. But like I said, both entertainers managed to get the crowd involved. Kostadina is obviously. Oh, you there? Got you. I've got you now.
Yeah,
Kostadina is from Yanina, and she did say to me they'd like to come back to Australia once again and perform for all of us in the community.
Yeah, she did say she wanted to
Roula, as you know yourself.
Ella?
Yeah, you're back. But a big shout out also to the Ipirotes who brought her out and all introduced on stage together with his wife Stavrina. Stavrina is a very talented young lady. She's a mum as well, bless her heart, and has always been on stage performing with a lot of our local artists. A lot of people don't realise this unless they know. He's actually a surgeon. He's an orthopedic surgeon.
Wow.
How did they come across Kostadina? Yeah. How did they come across Kostadina? She appeared on Stavrina's socials, and Stavrina, have a passion for that type of music and genre in music. This history when they were in Greece with their kids, they met Kostadina, and Badeli tells me a story that their son was so in awe of Kostadina's husband Trifono, who plays the clarino, that he actually gave their son a clarino, and he said, I hope you follow your passion, and one day I see you on stage doing what I'm doing now with Kostadina. So there's something that people who are listening, seeing us, probably aren't aware of. But a big shout out to Badeli and his wife Stavrina for organising it with the Greek community in question and bringing her to Melbourne on Sunday. But also, like I said, an amazing performance by Iulia. And these are quite large and well known, and that's what I mean by large. They're very well known and respected by the wide.
On that night, Con, thank you so much. We are running out of time. I've got another speaker. I'm going to go on to her song, and it's a remix, Roulakk. And I just want to say, Kostadina began singing traditional Iporetika τραγούδια at 14 years of age. She grew up in Germany before stepping into the stage of The Voice in Greece in 2020. She captivated audiences with the authentic interpretations of Iperoti music. Since then, her rise has been unstoppable, as Con has just told us, collaborating with artists such as Yannis Kapsalis and Makis Tsikos, and performing across Greece to packed audiences. At Antipodes, as Con just said, she didn't just perform, she ignited the crowd. Her rich, emotive voice carried through Lonsdale Street, closing the festival for 2026 with strength, pride, and heritage woven into her every note. Let's go on to Roulakk, the remix. Con, thank you so much.
Bye from Paula and myself. Bye-bye. Filakya.
Filakya.
Bye, darling.
στο χωριό μου, στην παλιά μου γειτονιά. Έρχεται καλό και νεράκι, ένας χρόνος ξενιτιά. Ξυπνάω το πρωί, χαμόγελο πολύ, γιατί θα είμαι στο χωριό μου, στη δική μου τη ροή. Γύρω γιου, θα γυρίσω στο χωριό μου, στην παλιά μου γειτονιά. Έρχεται καλό και νεράκι, ένας χρόνος ξενιτιά. Ξυπνάω το πρωί, χαμόγελο πολύ, γιατί θα είμαι στο χωριό μου, στη δική μου τη ροή. Γύρω γιου, στο χωριό μου, στην παλιά μου γειτονιά. Θα ξυπνάω το πρωί με χαμόγελο πολύ, γιατί θα είμαι στο χωριό μου, στη δική μου τη ροή. Θα ξυπνάω το πρωί με χαμόγελο πολύ, γιατί θα είμαι στο χωριό μου, στη δική μου τη ροή.
Okay, let's listen to some of our sponsors. And when we come back, our next special guest.
Hi, TC here. Join Crago and I each week as we open a new time capsule.
That's right, TC. Each week we track through and review a classic album, profile a legendary artist or band's career, celebrate a milestone music year or a great artist achievement.
We look at the history, the interesting stories, the chart positions and awards, and of course play the great music from these artists from all over the world.
Join us for TC's Time Capsule on the Saturday Brekkie Show at 8 a.m. on RPPFM.
This is RPP, Radio Port Phillip, 98.7 and 98.3 FM.
Flip it.
Okay, we can hear Leonida. I think he's just trying to fix his.
He is.
Just keep it upright. Yeah,
Can you
hear? We can hear you very well.
Now?
We can. Can you hear us very well, Leonida?
Beautiful.
Fantastic. Leonida, how are you?
100%.
100%. You've recovered?
Recovered? Back at work? Ready for whatever that means? Yeah. Well,
okay.
It was a great weekend. The
It was a great weekend.
Extraordinary.
Mr. Leonida Vlachakis, who's Vice President of the GCM board, and he's also an optometrist and someone I can call a great friend and mentor. Leonida, we've just heard from Theologia, one of my fellow friends and MCs. We've heard from Con Laz, fellow friend and fellow MC and a friend. And now I want to hear from you. And I really want to touch base, and because people don't realise how difficult it is to put together such an event, which includes so many volunteers and so many hours. Like the volunteers start at 7 o'clock in the morning. People don't realise what, you all come together to bring something like this. And 2026, I think just the bar rose again to another level. What was your opinion, and what can you tell us more about?
Yeah. Well, first of all, congratulations to you, Anthelogia and Con Laz, because you did a wonderful job. But let's understand that it's not just the volunteers start at 7 o'clock on Saturday morning. A lot of them are there, as well as the staff, as well as us on the board. We're there, like Chimbos and Arcus, the festival show, was there from midday on Friday. So as soon as the streets close at 10 o'clock on Friday night, we're at the coalface. And it's an amazing site, and I will post stuff on social media about it. It's an extraordinary thing to watch year after year that, like little ants, everyone knows their place and they're sort of moving around, and this goes here and let's fix that up and make sure and look at the plans, where exactly the staging going to be, the stall's going to be. So it's a Herculean effort by a really wonderful group of people.
Absolutely. And there were so many new stall holders there this year. And I spoke to a few of them, and all positive. They, for the purpose of creating awareness of their businesses, it was very multicultural. Different cultures were coming to them. Very successful weekend for all of the stall holders. And I guess, you could say that if anyone has got a business and wants to promote it, I mean, the Antipodes Festival is the way to go. Now, we do have time between...
Well, listen, we had a record number of stalls this year. We had 120 stalls.
Leonida, you're cutting out. The internet's cutting out.
Oh, so we had a record number of stalls. We had 120.
Yeah, there's a bit of a gap between when I speak. We can hear you, but there's a bit of a gap. But we can hear you.
There's a bit of a lag. I don't know what to do. But look, what I was saying to you is we had 120 stalls this year, which is a record number. That's the sort of interest we attract. That's an enormous testament.
Wow.
To the quality of 120 record. Mm.
How does the Kinotita...
And we could have easily fit another 100 in if we had the space.
We'd have to expand. Yeah, we'd have to expand. And how does the Kinotita choose who actually completely take it all the way, go over Exhibition Street, go over Swanson Street?
That would logistically be a nightmare because of the trams in terms of Swan. What we could do perhaps is extend towards Latrobe. It's a possibility, but logistically it's harder. But look, the way we choose is often first come, first serve. But as well as that, we're very mindful to not make it a souffle. Okay, so
yes,
we pick as fairly as we can, and there are people that obviously they're going to get some sort of priority. But as a general rule, if you notice the street layout, there are other festivals I've been to where that's the food section, and that's the sort of commercial section, and that's the cultural section, and I find that makes it a little bit disjointed. If you notice, we've consciously do. In the days, there were the good parts, the good areas where there was more traffic, whereas this year, there's no such thing as a dead area because when you've got 3 stages, there's always something for people to be interested in enough to go and have a look. And once they have a look at what's going on at the stage, they have a look at what's going on in the stalls. Might be hungry and will wait for. If you notice, there was food available from down Swanson, right in the middle, as well as up all the way up to Exhibition, to that stage there. It was great.
Yes. Last year, we did go a bit further up Latrobe, Signomi. We went up towards Latrobe from Russell.
Up Lonsdale.
Yeah, from Lonsdale Street. Yeah, Russell, we went up towards Latrobe.
Yeah.
This year, we cut it short. We had the information stall there. We had the GCM stall there, which I thought was great because we've never done that before. And I thought that was fantastic for people to be able to come up there, talk, ask questions. That was great. That was such a great idea.
Sure. Buy a T-shirt, buy a flag, scarf, all that sort of stuff. Understand, though, the other thing that we had, if you noticed, up towards Latrobe on Russell, wall of toilets.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Legally, we had to provide 6 toilets.
Yes.
And that's according
which means,
to,
can you imagine if
obviously,
we do expand? Yeah. How do you do it if you've got to expand?
Well, compliance is a big issue. Correct. Correct. And understand compliance is a huge issue, and quietly I can understand it from the point of view. They're like, look, have a great time, knock yourselves out. But you've got to make sure you've got to make sure there's access to first aid. Because of the Gargasaurus issue a few years ago, we have to have bollards blocking all entrances, but they have to be removable so that first aid can get in. That being the case, we have to have someone there for the 2 days that's ready with their little lift to take bollards so that the fire brigade, ambulance or police can get through. So I suppose these are compliance issues that people quite rightly don't see, and so can say, oh, why don't you just do that? Oh, no, we can't do that bit of this. So to give one here, they said to us, are there going to be people getting up dancing on the stage? On the Bank of Sydney stage? Well, maybe. And they said, well, if that's the case, the council rules that you have to have wheelchair access.
Leonida, you're cutting out.
There are some and worked out that if we were going to provide wheelchair access to that stage, is that better?
Yeah, it's not bad.
A bit closer. How's that sound?
Much better.
Is that any better? Because what I'll do is I'll try and find this. Okay, that's it. That's what I learned from Andy, when I did the cross to Greece to Alpha. So to give you the example I was giving you, City of Melbourne said it was a couple of years ago. Are there going to be people getting up on stage and dancing? And we said, well, yes.
On the main stage.
He said, well, if that's the case, you need to provide wheelchair access.
Yeah, so it's very hard.
And we did our sums to provide wheelchair access, the gradient that the law determined.
Well, you did it this year.
It was going to be
because you are cutting out some
20 or 30 metre ramp. So
but this year
these are the sort of things. Yeah, we managed it this year. We managed dancing up on stage. It was great. Impromptu. It's fantastic.
Oh, you keep cutting out, Leonida Mom. But no, we did it. It was phenomenal. No, I'm losing you. You're cutting out, and there's a bit of a gap between us. That's all right, Leonida Mom. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, pleasure. Thanks for your support. And if you want to get together next week and chat, I'll always be available for you.
Thank you so much. We will organize that one. Τα λέμε. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ ο κύριος Λεωνίδας Βλαχάκης από την ελληνική κοινότητα της Μελβούρνης Βικτόριας και είναι και optometrist. Thank you. Bye, Leonida μου. Let's go on to a song because we are coming close to the end of the show. So I'm going to play Εσένα μόνο. No, actually, we might go Mavra mu Matja, a remix. Γεια σου Καλλιόπη μου. Γεια σου Λαμπρινή. Γεια σου Νικόλ.
Κλέφτρα ψυχή μου, κρίνω και δυος μου. Διάβολος έχει φέρει στον κόσμο. Σκόρπια για την καλή μου κομμάτια. Με έχεις πετάξει σε μονοπάτια. Μαύρα μου μάτια, τα κομμάτια μου μέτρα. Μαύρη καρδιά μου έχει γίνει σαν πέτρα. Κόκκινα χείλη μου και πώς με πεθαίνεις. Κόκκινη κόλαση εκεί που με στέλνεις.
Γεια σου Φωτούλα. Γεια σου DJ Τρέλα on TikTok. Να σε καλά.
Στις νύχτες λιώνω για σένα. Σαν μετανάστης νιώθω στα ξένα. Ψεύτρα ζωή πικρό μου μαράζει. Τυραννίσέ με, δε με πειράζει. Μαύρα μου ματιά, τα κομμάτια μου μέτρα. Μαύρη καρδιά μου έχει γίνει σαν πέτρα. Κόκκινα χείλη μου και πώς με πεθαίνεις. Κόκκινη κόλαση εκεί που με στέλνεις.
Hello to DJ Jimmy. Hello to DJ Spasa from Adelaide. Thank you for everyone that's joining on TikTok. We're coming to the last 11 minutes of the show, so we're going to pump up the music and just dance.
Όλο ξενύχτια, δάκρυ και πόνο. Τον έρωτά σου, τον ξεπληρώνω. Στην αγκαλιά σου θα ξεψυχήσω. Στο φίλημά σου πάνω θα σβήσω. Πάνω θα σβήσω, πάνω θα σβήσω. Μαύρα μου ματιά, τα κομμάτια μου μέτρα. Μαύρη καρδιά μου έχει γίνει σαν πέτρα. Κόκκινα χείλη μου και πώς με πεθαίνεις. Κόκκινη κόλαση εκεί που με στέλνεις.
Hello to Soph and Vicky, DJ Theo. Τέλειο τραγουδάκι, τέλειο. Let's keep going with the next remix so you can enjoy. Προχωράμε. Just to make us remember the Antipodes Festival that just closed for 2026. Big hello goes out to Jenny. And a big hello goes out to Nick and Mark and Dimitra. Yasso Angela, Yasso Susie. Listening to this music just reminds me of all the beautiful traditional dances that we saw over the whole weekend for the 38th Antipodes Festival. Let's go on to τραγουδάκι ψεματάκι.
Τόσα λόγια που δεν είδα, όλα ψέματα. Όταν με κοιτάς στα μάτια, έχω θέματα. Έπαιξα ένα μαδικό, ξέρω τώρα που πατώ.
Τέλος θεαματικό. Μα όταν σε θυμάμαι, ξεχνάω ποια είμαι και λυπάμαι. Κι αν σε συναντήσω, λίγο το δάκρυ μου θα κρύψω. Ξέρω καλά εσύ τι θες. Υποταγή, εμείς ξανά ποτέ μαζί. Υπογραφή, ψεματάκι μου γλυκό. Κράτησε αυτό, ξέρω να ανοίγω. Είμαι γένος θηλυκό. Ψεματάκι, ψέμα, ψεματάκι, ψέμα. Ψεματάκι μου, τι ψεματάκι μου. Ακόμα με θες. Ψεματάκι, ψέμα, ψεματάκι, ψέμα. Ψεματάκι μου, πάλι ψεματάκι μου.
Τώρα τρέβα στην άλλη. Έχω μέσα μου ένα γιατί. Αν μοναχός κοιμάται, αν σε άλλα μάτια με θυμάται, αν για εμένα μιλάτε, ένα ακόμα γιατί, τι.
Να σε ξαναδώ, μοιάζει να είναι ηρωνικό. Μα όταν σε θυμάμαι, ξεχνάω ποια είμαι και λυπάμαι. Κι αν σε συναντήσω, λίγο το δάκρυ μου θα κρύψω. Ξέρω καλά εσύ τι θες. Υποταγή, εμείς ξανά ποτέ μαζί. Υπογραφή, ψεματάκι μου γλυκό. Κράτησε αυτό, ξέρω να ανοίγω. Είμαι γένος θηλυκό. Ψεματάκι, ψέμα, ψεματάκι, ψέμα. Ψεματάκι μου, ψεματάκι μου. Ψεματάκι, ψέμα, ψεματάκι, ψέμα. Ψεματάκι μου, ψεματάκι μου.
Τέλειο τραγουδάκι και αυτό. Τέλειο. Okay. We are going to come to the end of our show, as always. And I want to thank our special speakers today. I want to thank Conlaz. I want to thank Theologia. As I said, they're veterans. We've been around for a very long time in C. We've learned from each other. I've learned from them. And I want to say also a huge thank you to Leonida Vlachakis, who's also a very good friend and optometrist, and he's also on the board of directors of the Greek community of Melbourne, Victoria. Unfortunately, sometimes we can have issues with internet. That's okay. Leonida has always been a regular on the show, and he's got a lot to offer us, and we can learn from him. And I want to thank him because touching base with Leonida and getting an insight of certain things that, like he said, we don't see, we don't know, you know, infrastructure and regular, you know, things that you have to do, and you know, and then to hear that there was another 100 stall holders that wanted to be part of the festival, but you can only fit so many, so we had 150 this year. Unbelievable, like it's remarkable. And I'm going to organise to have him back on the show next week so we can hear a lot more about the Antipodes Festival, how long it takes to put together and everything that happens behind the scenes, so that people do understand how it all works and why, you know, why we need to follow certain regulations, why we need to do what we got to do. You know, there's security, there's the Victorian Police, there's so much happening. So a huge thank you to all of you, and to our special guest singing some blues for us, Kalliopi Stavropoulos, Thank you so much, Calliope, and can't wait to catch up with you on Friday. And she will be performing on Friday, so check out all the social platforms, and Anthea will be there, Sideropoulos. I can't wait. Okay, so on that note, let's go on to our closing song. Thank you so much to everyone that's been following live today. Thank you to everybody on TikTok. So stay tuned. The music continues here at RPPFM. But thank you so much. Next week, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, Melbourne time. TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Thank you so much to everybody and for sharing. You've been with Roula Krikellis, aka Roula KK. Please follow me on all social media platforms. Private message me for any topics you would like me to cover. Catch you next week, same time, same station, RPPFM, your Peninsula Community Radio station. So let's sing it before I finish it off. Now, Michelle, who is one of our regulars on the live chat, she's from Gippsland. She works at the petrol station. So she wants everybody to know, guys, make sure you put fuel. So fill up your cars because it's going to skyrocket and we might run out. So we've got some cherry cans. I'll fill them up. There you go. So if you've got cherry cans, everything you need to know, guys, you've got to fill up with fuel because it is going to skyrocket in price with everything that's going on in the Middle East. Thank you so much, Michelle, for letting us know. And as I said, Michelle does work for a petrol station. Good night to every single one of you. Thea, Litsudis, χρόνια σου πολλά, ο Θεός πάντα μαζί σου. Thank you for joining me live. Stay tuned for our next show right here on RPPFM. Don't forget to like and follow RPPFM. Talkback interviews and more. Check out our website for all show details. Don't you know? Because the entertainment continues. The voice of the Peninsula.
Όλα θα τα αλλάξω και θα το φωνάξω. Περασμένα, ξεχασμένα κι όλα την αρχή ξανά. Βάζω μια φωτιά σε όλα τα παλιά.
Hey, g'day. What are you doing on Monday morning? Well, I know what you should be doing. You should be tuning into The Breakfast Scoop with Pete Smedley, 6 till 9 every Monday morning. We have chats with all sorts of people.